Healthy habit number 8 of 16 is to perform a daily stretching routine. Stretching is a terrific way to improve circulation, flexibility, posture, and performance, and decrease stress and your risk of injury. And these are the 10 principles for optimal flexibility from the book Stretch to Win by Ann and Chris Frederick. The seventh principle for optimal flexibility is to expand joints when stretching. Expanding joints when stretching emphasizes the importance of creating space within joints for allowing optimal movement and flexibility. This principle goes beyond simply lengthening muscles, focusing instead on maintaining and increasing the natural space in joints, which is vital for healthy range of motion, efficient biomechanics, and injury prevention. Expanding joints during stretching is crucial because tight joint capsules, compressed joint spaces, and restricted movement within the joints themselves can limit mobility, reduce athletic performance, and lead to chronic joint issues. Joint capsules, which are made up of specialized connective tissues called fascia, surround and stabilize each joint. When they become tight or compressed due to factors like poor posture, repetitive movements, or a lack of mobility work, they restrict the joint's natural range of motion. This restriction not only limits the effectiveness of muscles and fascia stretching, but can also cause compensatory patterns in other areas of the body. For example, a tight hip joint capsule can restrict hip mobility, forcing other parts of the body, like the lower back or knee, to overcompensate, potentially leading to pain or injury. Expanding the joint capsule through specific stretching techniques can relieve these restrictions, allowing for smoother, more efficient movement and protect surrounding joints from excessive strain. Expanding the joints during stretching also plays a critical role in improving overall flexibility and mobility. Unlike muscle stretching, which primarily lengthens muscle fibers, joint expansion targets the deeper structures, including ligaments and the joint capsule, which are going to be crucial for achieving true functional flexibility. For example, many athletes and fitness enthusiasts experience tightness in their hips, which restricts their ability to fully extend the legs, squat deeply, or rotate the torso. This often originates from tightness within the hip joint capsule rather than the surrounding muscles alone. By creating space in the joint, flexibility gains are more comprehensive and lead to an increased range of motion that can be maintained over time. Expanding joints during stretching can also help reduce joint degeneration and protect cartilage. Joints that are consistently compressed without sufficient mobility work can suffer from excessive wear and tear on the cartilage, increasing the risk of conditions like osteoarthritis. Expanding the joint encourages a distribution of the synovial fluid, which is the lubricating fluid within the joint capsule across the joint surfaces. Synovial fluid nourishes cartilage, reduces friction, and provides cushioning, which is essential for long term joint health. This effect is particularly beneficial for weight bearing joints such as the knees, hips, and spine, which are subject to significant stress during physical activity. By creating space within the joints, you also allow for better muscle activation and efficiency. When joints are restricted, it can inhibit the surrounding muscles from functioning optimally. For example, a compressed shoulder joint can restrict the movement of the rotator cuff muscles, which are essential for shoulder stability and strength. When the joint is expanded, these muscles can move more freely, enabling better activation and reduce the risk of injury. This principle is especially valuable for athletes who rely on joint stability and muscle efficiency for performance, such as weightlifters, gymnasts, and swimmers. Expanding joints during stretching also enhances proprioception, which is the body's sense of its own position and movement. The joint capsule contains numerous sensory receptors that provide feedback to the brain about joint position and movement. When joints are tight or compressed, this feedback can become inhibited, affecting balance, coordination, and movement control. By expanding the joints, these receptors are stimulated, which improves proprioception awareness and allows for more controlled and precise movement. This increased body awareness is valuable in sports that require quick adjustments and complex movements such as basketball, soccer, and martial arts. Injury prevention is another key benefit of expanding joints when stretching. Tight joint capsules and compressed joints are often more susceptible to injury, such as ligament tears, strains, or even dislocations. For example, a compressed hip joint may place additional strain on the knee during activities like running, leading to knee injuries over time. Expanding the joint capsule allows for a greater range of motion and helps the body distribute stress more evenly across joints, reducing the likelihood of acute injuries and protecting the joints during high impact activities. Lastly, expanding joints is essential for releasing stored tension in the body. The connective tissue in joint capsules can accumulate tension due to prolonged sitting, repetitive stress, or poor movement habits. This stored tension often manifests as stiffness or discomfort that restricts movement. By focusing on joint expansion, you can release this tension, creating a sensation of lightness and freedom in movement. This is especially beneficial for individuals who feel stiff or have areas of chronic tightness that traditional muscle stretching does not alleviate. The principle of expanding joints when stretching is a vital component of achieving and maintaining functional flexibility. By creating space within the joints, this approach helps enhance range of motion, protect cartilage, improve muscle activation, and increase proprioceptive awareness. It also aids in injury prevention by reducing excessive strain on the joints and surrounding structures. For athletes, fitness enthusiasts, and anyone seeking long term joint health, expanding joints during stretching offers a comprehensive and sustainable way to improve movement quality, reduce discomfort, and enhance overall performance. The eighth principle for optimal flexibility is to use traction for maximal lengthening. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.